Anyways, new Seth. Finally.
Hey people, Seth here. Pilgrimage. For some, this means visiting the Vatican or Mecca. For me, it's replaying my favorite game and subjecting my audience to a series of moldy pixels. Might&Magic
Heck
7
yeah.
for Blood and Honor.
Hey, you didn't zoom in on the butt of the lady.
My audience to a series of moldy
pixels. You didn't
pixels.
zoom in on the butt of the
7
lady. This one.
For Blood and Honor. What it lacks in length and fidelity, it makes up for by the fact that it's better than any psychological Skitters box released today. There's a lot of party compositions, and technically you could finish the game with anything, but it would be extremely painful. Coincidentally, the default is probably also the most complete experience. Behold my party. We pick Goblin Knight for the smoker's voice.
You have to choose me.
You have to choose her. She's got the best voice.
Sorcerer and a cleric, so we can actually have fun.
Joe Rogan, the dwarven cleric. That's awesome. Alex Jones, the human sorcerer. Taquisha, the human thief. What did he mean by this?
And my thief is simply a product of socioeconomic condition. Emerald Island is the tutorial zone, which you can never return to, which is a shame because it has one of my favorite tracks.
Ooh. Spooky.
I use the GOG copy of Might&Magic 7. By pure muscle memory, I start torrenting before remembering that I own it legally and in real life. We use Greyface's patch for Might&Magic 7 to stretch for widescreen resolution, rearrange the UI, and give us mouse look. Convenience for me.
Awesome. Hell yeah. God bless mouse look mods. The patron saint of old games, really.
Is a necessity for you. You're not going to survive the arrow keys. Lord Markham's treasure hunt is the basis of our adventure. He wants to pawn off the shitty town of Harmondale in the middle of contested territory between Arathia and Tularia, which both sides believe rightfully belongs to them. We'll need several items.
How dare
a red potion.
A perfect mix.
A seashell, which you can find stashed to the north. It's tradition for me to do none of the fighting, as I lure dragonflies to kill half a town. This time, I keep Mr. Malwick alive. His associates will have a favor to collect on in the future. It's a lot more fun this way. As for rigging the contest, we don't really need the wand, but it's useful later on. A hat, which you can trade for a red potion from Brent, a mentally challenged adventurer who can't make his own. A floor tile, which you get from the Temple of the Moon, along with getting ambushed by another adventurer for your hat, who is also mentally challenged, because there's one in the drawer pushed by another adventurer for your hat, who is also mentally challenged, because there's one in the drawer right behind him. A longbow, which you find on the floor of the Dragon's Cave, along with the missing contestants, and possibly a dead party member if you're not fast enough.
Let's get out of here.
And
let's get out of here.
Wait,
let's
what?
Get the hell out of here.
500 gold? We'd
500 gold for a loot? Are you crazy, woman?
Love to pay you, but I have a different idea. Originally, I was going to lure her out of town with Alex Jones screaming and take it by force, but it turns out you can pickpocket by pressing control. I killed her anyway. Locating the missing contestants and completing the treasure hunt gets us a lot of experience, but we need just a little more.
More.
We've been on this island for so long, my party is starting to go insane.
Oh no,
we
insanity.
may have a problem with this one.
I like the dwarves' insanity graphic. Like he's going.
Party is starting to go insane.
We may have a problem with this one.
A worthy opponent.
A worthy opponent.
Whoa.
For a normal player.
Oh my god. White woman spotted, I said audibly.
Problem with this one.
That's awesome.
A worthy opponent. Whoa.
That's why I love Seth.
Oh.
For a normal player, this is when you leave, or you can sequence break your entire experience.
Oh yeah, sequence
Day
breaking.
Of the Gods and Fire Resistance Shrine, and go back into the cave. Then we spend the next 20 minutes kiting a red dragon as we chip away at its health bar. Fun fact: endgame monsters such as dragons and titans have a chance of multi-looting. You click the body, you get items, and it doesn't disappear. And if it does, you just reload. After save scumming for several minutes, I have enough artifacts and equipment to completely spoil my enjoyment of the game.
Hell
so
yeah!
Into the ocean.
Double
Taquisha
based.
becomes a victim of racial profiling.
Based. What did he mean by this?
And is banned from every store. We trained at level 5
and he's
set
got
off
the
Harmondale.
Welcome aboard!
But first, I have obligations to a client that pays invoices 3 months late. Because I'm not a bug chaser, I'm a bag chaser, and I'm addicted to the jingle of coin.
The jingle of
Under
coins.
18s may currently be watching this video. To verify that you're above 18, please open your mouth in front of your webcam. Good. Now, move closer and smile for the camera, Goyim. Thanks to new online regulations, scenes like these are happening all over the world. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and courage to be free. Download ExpressVPN. What's a VPN?
The Express Divers! Shoot! Damn Brits!
Okay, let me just enter my driver's license, social security number, and Costco membership. Just need to submit these and submit my entire identity on a silver platter to every single website I log into. Because nothing says protecting the kids like forcing them to build their own perfect database to train AI deepfakes. What could possibly go wrong? So how about we just don't do that?
I wonder.
There we go. ExpressVPN works by routing all of your online traffic through a secure encrypted tunnel. Any identifying information, most importantly, your location, will now come from the endpoint of this tunnel. So if your connection doesn't allow you to see the content you want, you can use ExpressVPN to move that connection to one of 105 countries where you can. Find out how you can get 4 months free by scanning the QR code on screen, clicking the link in the description box below.
Oh no, he killed too many of them!
ExpressVPN.com/Seth. Despite being the newly made Lords of Harmondale, our own people treat us like dirt.
Need a new weapon?
Why?
Thanks for nothing, moneybags.
The nerve.
It's worth visiting every house in town. Everyone has something to say, a quest to give, or skills to train. Additionally, you can hire NPCs. These can enhance your abilities or compensate for a lack of them.
Officer, he's reaching!
He's reaching!
That was a close one. Generally,
holy shit, Nicki Minaj.
Name they can be interacted with, unless they're called peasant. This is a default name, like a fantasy version of Muhammad. Say it in public, and 20 people turn around. First order of business, we need to talk to our geriatric butler.
It doesn't look too bad in here.
It seems our castle is overrun with goblins, and it's time to evict
goblins.
Them. And now we draw straws for who gets to pick through the garbage.
I think I'm getting sick.
Ew. Ugh. Warts.
The castle is still a dump. We're too incompetent to fix it, so we have to ask the dwarves for help. Along the way, we find out Darren's brother Elrond has disappeared. They were planning to trade Magic the Gathering cards, but as his brother plays a blue control...
That's more crack than Los Angeles.
Deck, he is a social pariah and has taken up residence with the troglodytes in a cave to the south. We find no trace of him, only a deck of cards and his dead body. I guess we'll never truly know. Nearby, we can find the
Magic the Gathering kills.
Who acts as diplomatic mediator between the factions. More importantly, he can replace quest items without asking what I did for the last one. Before we proceed, we need promotions. Any skill in white can be trained. Any skill in yellow needs a promotion to attain, and those in red are restricted by your class. We could pursue anything, but personally, I hate walking. I want to fly and defecate openly on people's heads. To this end, we have to go to the worst area in the game, Bracada Desert. Nothing is reachable except by teleporter. Everything is a platforming nightmare, and there's a wishing well in town that only grants a single wish. Death.
I am so dead.
For the sorcerer promotion, we need to build a golem. Unfortunately, the eBay seller has misdelivered all the parts and offers no refund. We have to track them all down from the bill of sale.
Acme Of course it's fucking Acme that does this shit.
Naturally, none of this is explained to you. Also, the chest contains a faulty head, which will cause the golem to go berserk. So let's go get the real one. Next stop is Barrow Downs. Another area that sucks. Ghosts cause artificial aging. Gogs explode on death. And I failed to disarm the next chest.
Ow!
Oops.
Good thing I have insurance. Next is Tatalia. I meant to have
Gotta get that adventurer's life insurance.
Walking to reach the silent, but that's skill points I don't want to spend.
Who needs swimming anyway?
Though you have been defeated, death is not your fate today.
I'm starting to think disarm trap expert might not be enough. Okay, I got humbled.
Yeah. You need... Wait, expert? That's like the highest level. What the hell?
Water walking is a necessity for the Avlee shipment. I got murked by the water elemental several times and had to reload. But it's all worth it, because the last 2 shipments are in Deja.
Whoa.
Green woman spotted.
Trail around town to avoid a restraining order, slaughter some harpies, and get our remaining parts. We assemble our golem and turn our sorcerer into a wizard. Now we're traversing in style. You don't have to do it in this order, but it makes our other promotions easier. For Knight to Cavalier, we have to clear out a haunted house in Barrow Downs, during which Rogan develops a fluoride stare. Unfortunately, the only person who can cure paralysis is currently paralyzed, so I have to reload. For Fiefin to Rogue.
Of course, they always go for the one that can cure it. God damn it. That's why you have to have the items, which don't exist in this game as far as I'm concerned.
To even be able to talk to our quest giver, we need to fight past British teenagers. Inside the
British teens,
septic-tank sewer gutter. And then, we need to pay Lord Markham a visit and dash out with his antique vase. This is widely considered to be one of the hardest first promotions, which can also be completed in under 12 seconds. And finally, for
so close.
we need to find the navigational map to Evermorn Islands.
Oh, god damn it.
Sorry.
With everyone promoted, now's a good time to visit the Warlocks and learn Master Water Magic. Unfortunately, they're only accessible through a set of shitty tunnels under Stone City. Beholders put you to sleep and make you insane. And Minotaur Lords have a chance to cause instant death. We're not even going to try fighting them right now. Instead, we go invisible and sneak past them. Mind the hitboxes. Even a light brush against a frenulum is game over for us. Town Portal is a major convenience for getting around, which is why the trainer has to be located in the most inconvenient location in the game. As our party is geared and skilled up, we can proceed with the story.
Tripped up.
Oh, what a waste of time.
Unfortunately, Taikisha is arrested for an unpaid parking ticket and we go to prison.
Oh, god damn it, Taikisha.
We've served our sentence and can finally talk to the king. It seems his dwarves went off to romance the Medusas, who didn't take kindly to the advances of our short kings, turning them into stone. Everyone we need to rescue is on the top level, and we never actually have to interact with a single Medusa. However, sabotaging the elevator suspension is still free XP. We return our manlets to the king. He sends out his engineers and advises us to watch our backs. As the first Lords of Harmondale that aren't completely incompetent, we're forced into politics. The castle may be fully repaired, but now it's occupied by vultures. Araphia and Avli are at war, and they've sent for ambassadors to try and forge an alliance. Humans currently hold the border, which the elves claim was stolen during the Timber Wars. Neither of them recognize my legitimate claim to the land, as collector of several knickknacks on a remote island. Because of this, we're going to play both sides. Queen Catherine wants us to extract her spy before he's
Ooh, do I sense compromise?
Executed, while King Parson wants the floor plans to Fort Riverstride. Budget cuts and austerity have hit the military, as you'll be hacking through elves armed with branches and women armored from head to toe, but nothing in between. As the war is ongoing, these quests are timed. In a month's
That's how you know a fantasy setting is great.
Time, they'll call for a ceasefire. Both will go pray at the Wailing Wall in Bracada, and everything goes back to usual. You can choose to screw over each side by asking the king for a lookalike, and the queen for a fake set of blueprints. However, this grants less experience, and prior to the patch, none at all. Bizarrely, you can also choose to...
You don't get anything for doing the easy way, the cheater's way. Excuse me.
Screw someone over, feel bad about it, confess to their leader, and get executed. Which has no impact on your ability to make small talk with the king. And now we wait around, gawking at the caked-up elven peasants. Hate to see him go, love to watch him leave. I don't want to go back to jail. So our next best option to advance the story is spend a few months training. When we get back, Judge Gray has a heart attack. As Lords of Harmondale, we reserve a right to choose his successor. This is where the game branches off, so I recommend saving beforehand. Judge Fairweather represents the Wizards of Bracada and successfully negotiates a peace treaty between Araphia and Avli. Judge Slean represents the Necromancers of Deja and lets our sorcerer do all the talking.
I don't want to see him kissing goblins, or if you catch him in bed with a goblin. You're going to have babies with a goblin. He's going to marry a goblin.
Understandably.
Total goblin death.
This leads to all-out war, but a lot of fresh bodies for our new allies. Welcome to the Path of Dark. The pit is a fire hazard of winding corridors. Homeowners Association would have a word about this.
Goblin grub good.
But hey, we have much more charming residents. Uncle Baz looking rough since he sprained that ankle. Good thing we've got the NHS. We need to see Archibald, which is more difficult than it sounds.
It's the guy from Heroes 2. Yeah, the heroes too.
Because if I follow the guard's instructions, I'll accidentally enter a restricted area and get torn to pieces. For our initiation, we have to reach the end of a shithole. I can't decide what's worse, kiting 24 behemoths in a corridor or getting jump scared by a trap that's 20 decibels louder than anything else in the game. Colloquially known as the Waffle House that never sleeps, you have to
the Waffle House that never sleeps. Seth has such a way with words, it's unreal.
to complete the breeding zone in a single try.
The
as
breeding
leaving will
zone, aka my bedroom.
reset the area. It's worth the suffering because we get access to dark magic, or so I
Dink
thought.
magic.
Members only.
Time for our second promotions. For Cavalier
Time for
to Black Knight, we have to rob the
Haha,
Elven
promotions.
Treasury. For Priest into Priest of Dark, we have to deface the altar in the Temple of the Sun. Both completely
Just take a
trivial.
shit on
For
it.
Rogue to Assassin, we have to assassinate Lady Carmine, a diplomat who defected to the wizard's court. There's a horde of angels between her, so we have to go invisible. On the way there, I get distracted.
Welcome.
Money. That breaks stealth, doesn't it?
As Taikisha goes for the throat, I realize she's a friendly NPC and accidentally talk to her instead.
Shit!
It's time to leave.
All right.
As Celeste is in
I
the
should
sky,
go.
all we have to do is jump.
Just jump! Jump! Ugh. Whoa! Taikisha lived! Wow.
What's left is the main reason for going dark, transforming our wizard into a lich. The
Oh,
ritual
hell
requires
yeah.
a soul jar as our
Lich
phylactery,
time.
and we're all
Oh,
out.
no.
But there's a stolen shipment.
Oh,
Jewel
no.
requires a soul jar as
The
our
jar.
phylactery. And we're all out. But
Damn
there's a
it.
stolen shipment stashed inside the walls of mist. We get no experience from fighting here, so it's best to go invisible. This gives us a
Time for
narrow
sneaky
time
peek,
window between
peeky
puzzle
like.
solving and staring at the backsides of genies. Pain
Ooh,
is
nice.
temporary. Lichdom is forever. And if you
Hell
become a girl
yeah.
lich, you get pretty pink princess eyes instead.
Ooh, what a fancy lady lich.
The forbidden pickle jar must never be consumed or thrown away. Attempt to do so,
No!
and you'll quickly find out why. Just as we finish our
No!
promotions, we get a letter from an old friend. Niles
Oh?
Stanley, Mr. Malwick's employer, has come to collect on his favor. He
Oh,
wants us to
fuck.
steal a tapestry from Castle Gloaming. Doing this is a horrible idea, as it locks me out of story progression for at least a year of game time. But
Shit.
if I don't comply in a month's time, he's going to send starving adventurers and malnourished goblins to attack
Oh,
Harmondale.
no.
This isn't even a threat. It's an
That's not
invitation
good.
to a good time. So we let the timer
Oh,
tick down,
okay. Oh, well, in that case,
This isn't even a threat. It's an invitation
It's
to a
not
good
even a
time.
threat.
So we let
It's
the timer
just
tick
a
down
way to break
and
up the
watch
monotony.
as my golem solos the entire raid. We celebrate by
Nice.
giving our goblin so many BBLs. She becomes the living ship of Theseus, with no original parts. Is she still Nicki Minaj? Or simply an automaton animated by cellulite? It's worth doing the other
Nice.
promotions, if not for the experience
Nicki-
alone.
I just realized Nicki Minaj is the goblin. She's the goblin.
Then to see what kind of bullshit you have to
Based.
survive for the other classes, which include basic cryptography, for which
Oh,
you have to bust out the
shit.
pen and paper, the hardest
Gotta
promotion
break
in
out
the
the
game,
Soy
which
Jack
forces you to
lexicon.
visit the end game land of the giants to steal a dragon egg, and of course, kidnapping a
Egg.
child for Bill Gates. What can I say?
Of
I
course.
walked, so Epstein could run.
What did he mean by this?
All that's left is to finish the story.
Clanker's Laboratory? What the hell? That's in Clanker's Laboratory. In Clanker's Laboratory, etc., etc.
After deactivating the teleporter shielding from Clanker's laboratory, retrieving a new shipment of soul jars, and rejoining the 2 altar pieces from the Temple of Light and Dark, Archibald's advisors stage a coup and overthrow him.
Oh,
Time
shoot.
for some quick lore. These are
Oh,
the
quick
adventurers
lore.
from Might&Magic free Isles of Terra, whose starship was
Oh.
thrown off course and crash-landed on Enroth, at which point the group had a schism. Resurrectra, Sir Canahem, and Craghack left for the court of Gavin
Craghack.
Magnus, while
Hell yeah.
Castor, Darkshade, and Sir Maximus joined the Necromancers in Deja. Both have very
Oh.
different plans, but the same objective. The Oscillation Overthruster aboard the Lincoln. But we need
The
a control
3D
cube to
printer.
get in, which only they possess.
Which control cube are you taking? Do you take Sir Canagem's Darkshade, Castor, or Craghack? Craghack. I don't know. I think I want to go with Craghack or Sir Canagem. I think Sir Canigam.
Every character listed is someone's precious OC, so for the upcoming assassination, we have to act like Robert the Wise and Tulberti were just there all along. Avoiding this boss fight is the single solitary reason for having a thief, as we may simply pinch the control cube from his pocket. But I want his blicky, which is more complicated, as he can eradicate two people at once with a single attack. However, Grandmaster protection from magic is completely busted and required for this encounter. Like an ancestral memory from the drive-bys of my forefathers, simply touching the Glock.
Wait, was that one of the previous Seth videos?
Grandmaster Mark may simply avoiding this boss fight is the single solitary reason for having a thief, as we may simply pinch the control cube from his pocket. But I want his blicky, which is more complicated, as he can eradicate
you gotta get the blicky.
two people at once with a single attack. However, Grandmaster protection from magic is completely busted and required for this encounter. Like an
Now you're probably wondering, what is the difference between eradication and death? Death means there's a body, eradication means erased completely from history. Disappeared from history.
Ancestral memory from the drive-bys of my forefathers, simply touching the Glock awakens primordial knowledge of how to use it. Visions of 7-Eleven stores and Indian gas station attendants swim across my psyche. The barrel cries out to me. It says, "Point me at a pregnant mother." Afterwards,
yeah! Holy shit!
Sends us to kill Xenofex and destroy the local devil cluster. Along the way, with the help of his brother, we rescue Roland Iron Fist, but not before enjoying the view, as thanks for saving her husband.
Why does he look like Briggs from Limbo of the Lost?
Queen Catherine pardons Archibald and exiles him to Clanker's laboratory. DoorDash arrives twice a week, and if he doesn't eat his greens, he doesn't get pudding. Finally, we have to board the Lincoln. Luckily, the environmental wetsuits come in child size for our dwarf. Unluckily, this area sucks, and a ship filled with one-shotting Terminators is even worse.
Do it. Yeah! Mwahaha! We are the victors!
Castor restores the Heavenly Forge, which he uses to 3D print 1 billion guns and chimp out. Originally, this was the canonical ending, which would explain the appearance of a Forge faction.
Ooh, this is Heavenly Forge 2000, a far more polished fan mod. Cool. God bless Heroes 3. Or is this Heroes 4? I don't know.
In the upcoming expansion to Heroes 3, people didn't like it because it's sci-fi. I didn't like it because it looked shit. The canon ending is we reactivate the gate system to reach Web Station 5 and access other worlds seeded by the
Not as nice as the guns,
many of which are isolated and unknown to the devils. So that's Might&Magic 7.
Whoa, with mystical tree. Oh, freaky tree.
26 years old and still as good as the day it released. There's a myriad of guides and resources, which is partially why I never explained very much. The other reason being that I got tired and I didn't feel like doing it. Each time I feel anxious about a video, I look at this picture of a divorced mother of 3 and immediately feel better because whatever I'm going through, she's got it 10 times worse. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned.
Your gold is safe with us.
A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos. To play you out, here is Paul Anthony Romero, the game's composer.
Oh my god. Holy fucking based. Alright, let's check the comments. This is the 7th time you've shown us Might&Magic 7 this decade. Awesome. The fact Romero keeps coming back to do more of these outros is almost as crazy as the fact that the man is 60, looks 30, and had been playing professionally since he was 11. Dude's a legend. Bench presser of pianos. May you never, your head never stop shining. Makes the same review 3 times, collects triple the shekels in only 1/3 of the work. Shalom. Very based, epic. You get pretty pink eyes if you're a female lich, very based. You were there when in 2017 where the first Might&Magic 7 review were dropped. Hell yeah. He made Paul Anthony Romero put a curse on us and thought we wouldn't notice. Bless your obsessive love for Might&Magic and classical pianists. Emerald Island, what you called when you were there, release the list. I saw Paul Anthony Romero on Emerald Island. Release the list. It's only a matter of time. Seth uploaded and it's all over my screen. Yeah, me too. It's all over my screen. That well that killed you when you touched it can be farmed for EXP and gold if you use the proper protection spells. You have to reapply them carefully, but I did the exact timing and spells. My old gamer parents showed me this game, and it's fantastic. Played through it a few years ago, and it's worth every penny. So glad to see you cover it again. Oh, Wishing Well scales with location, so the most ridiculous one is the Land of the Giants. Basically, it makes level 1 party challenge runs into an endurance challenge. Hell yeah, I know what I'm doing. Seth is gonna review this game until the entire game is replayable through his clips of his reviews. That's awesome. Save scumming, shortcutting the quests, avoiding enemies with invisibility and flying. Kids nowadays think you're just cheating to get ahead. Little do they know that's the way to survive, because this game is savagely brutal. Yep. That's right. That's how it was with old PC games. In order to beat the game, you have to metagame super hard. Oh hey, Speedo, another video from my pile of Seth mainline Might&Magic game reviews that I rewatch on an annual basis, which almost always lead me to reinstalling one of the games and playing them again. A sick ritual. I mean, why would you reinstall them? They're so tiny that those videos, those games are so tiny that you can just keep them installed forever. Just keep them installed forever. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do.